On the 1st of April 2025, my fiance and I traveled 30 hours from Trondheim in Norway to Tokyo in Japan. And this would be our second time in Japan. The first one was in 2020 and was semi-cut short by the pandemic. This time, the plan was to follow an itinerary of 4 full days in Tokyo, 4 days in Kyoto, 5 days in Osaka, 2 days in Nara, and then ending it all with 6 full days in Tokyo. And this video will go through our first day in Tokyo. On Tuesday, which I'll refer to as day 0, we landed at Haneda around 5 in the afternoon, and let me tell you, deboarding a long-distance flight and hauling yourself right into Tokyo afternoon rush hour is an experience. We soon made it to our hotel, and for our first day in Tokyo, we decided on Hotel Varkin Annex in Ikebukuro. Yes, it is a so-called love hotel. No, I never felt anything but safe at this hotel. And yes, the soundproofing is top-notch quality. And I slept like a baby the entire stay. I would definitely stay here again. The hotel is located close to Ikebukuro station, has a family mart on the same block, and a 24/7 Don Quixote almost next door. It was late when we checked in, but you know that feeling when you're in a new and exciting place and the last thing on your mind is going to bed? Yeah, that's exactly how we were feeling. So we did some exploring the area and got our first Japanese meal of the trip at Steak Lodge. I went with the chicken steak with the barley rice on the side, and this chicken was very good. Moist, flavorful, and a great way to start a vacation food marathon and end a long day of travel. We woke up at a reasonable time on Wednesday to our first full day of the trip. We had our first look at the cherry blossoms in daylight before sightseeing and wandering the various shops around Ikebukuro. Call of at Animate, I think it was Animate, we saw these fun figures that were clapping and talking. My Japanese is pretty limited, so I don't know what they were saying, but I thought they were really cute. And then Espen had a go at a claw machine, and yeah, let's just say he got lucky. Dinner for the day was a crispy chicken bowl with lots of veggies, miso soup, and gyoza. No late dinner because we had admission to an activity that we were looking forward to. My fiance and I are gym rats, me having competed in fitness some time back. So we found the perfect theme bar, the Muscle Girls Bar. It is a fun theme bar located in Ikebukuro where they focus on an including atmosphere. Our lovely hostess, Sarah, took great care of us, and she was just a lovely individual. So thank you, Sarah. All the girls were so sweet, positive, and smiling, and it was just a great place to be. They also hosted different challenges that you can do to earn muscle dollars, a currency that you can use on different experiences, like getting slapped in the face, being taken push-ups on, some also enjoyed getting kicked in the butt and taking some pictures with the girls. All in all, a fun experience, and I really feel like a theme bar is a must when visiting Tokyo. There are so many themes to choose from, so I'm positive that there is something for everyone. We even met some fellow Norwegians here, which is quite rare anywhere we go travel, so that was unexpected. We paid 6,000 yen per person, and the experience lasted for 80 minutes. We still had some energy left after leaving the bar, so we went hunting for a photo location in the area. This was the first of many photo locations that we went looking for, so I might publish a video with our favorite ones. And that was the end of our first full day in Tokyo. On our second day, we woke up to rain in Tokyo, so we started the day at Sunshine City, an enormous shopping and entertainment center in the heart of Ikebukuro. It has over 200 shops and restaurants, and we started our visit at the Mini Pig Café, which is a themed cafe where you get to cuddle with miniature pigs. Miniature pigs are very small pigs, and the history behind them is quite interesting. Researching a bit on this subject had me realizing, though, that the pigs we got to meet are most likely baby pigs of a breed that is considered miniature, since most miniature pig breeds still get pretty large when they're fully grown. Either way, they were super cute, and we stayed there for a 25-minute time slot, had some coffee and a pastry, and then went on with exploring the mall. Some stores and shopping later, we entered the aquarium, and it was beautiful. We basically spent the entire day at Sunshine City and then ended the day with some nighttime wandering the streets of Ikebukuro.
Good morning! We are spending the day in Ginza, going to an aquarium and then just wandering about.
The first stop on our agenda was Aquarium Museum, which is an aquarium made like an art exhibition. You'll see in a bit it is truly unique. We had such a hard time finding the entrance though, and we circled the building multiple times. We had the first entry slot of the day, and since the museum is located on the 8th floor of Ginza Terrace, we had to wait for the building to open before getting to the museum. With this first time slot, we were so lucky to get the museum almost all to ourselves, and it was nice to experience the exhibitions without a crowd.
I can't help but howl like a wolf. Howl like a wolf. I wish my call's gonna reach you. Give it my all, 'cause I need you. I will howl like a wolf. Baby, I will howl like a wolf. When the sun fades, when the night awaits, I'll be howling and howling and howling for you, baby.
And at the exit of the museum, there's a gift shop where you can buy postcards and souvenirs, and the items bear the style of the museum, which is very modern and minimalistic. So if I were a big souvenir person, this is where I'd buy them. Out of the museum, it was time for coffee and food before seeing what Ginza had to offer.
So we are now done at the Art Aquarium Gallery and we got some coffee, we saw the fishies. And now we're just like walking around Ginza. It's a beautiful area, lots of people, lots of stuff happening. There's a lot of very fancy cars and a lot of very expensive stores. So it's very obvious that this is more of a high income kind of area. Det kör dyrt att A lot of people, a lot of tourists standing in front of the designer shops, getting pictures and all that. So it's a very obvious kind of crowd that deviates towards these kinds of places. But it's also very interesting to see the differences on people in these areas compared to people in areas which are more urban, more normal, per se. Espen, what did the fancy car say when it passed the expensive store? Meow, meow. Meow, meow.
To be honest, I very much got distracted by all the flowers and building. It is a very beautiful area in terms of architecture and decorations. So we spent a lot of time just walking around and realized that we needed some food before continuing.
As with every plan comes a change of plans. So now we're heading to the Tokyo Imperial Palace to see the cherry blossoms instead of shopping, because we're going to do that maybe in the evening instead.
We spent about 2 hours in the garden enjoying the view of the cherry trees, people watching and just relaxing. It was a beautiful garden and perfect for a lunch picnic.
Are you happy with the garden?
I'm very happy with the garden.
Good.
After that, it was back in the busy streets of Ginza before rounding off the day super late at 25,000 steps. The plan for the day was to spend it in Harajuku shopping and sightseeing. And when we walked off the subway, we found ourselves at the entrance of Meiji Shrine. So that became our first stop. It is a Shinto shrine dedicated to the spirits of Emperor Meiji and Empress Shuken, and were established in 1920, 8 years after the emperor's death. And the more I read about the emperor and the empress's life together, the more I respect their reign. We visited the inner garden, which predate Meiji Shrine by around 300 years. The garden initially belonged to the samurai Lord Kato Kiyomasa, and there is a natural spring in the garden called Kiyomasa's Well, which is dedicated to him. After the Meiji Restoration in 1868, the garden became the property of the imperial family in Japan, and Emperor Meiji and Empress Shuken frequently used the garden in their time. We were also lucky to witness a wedding procession crossing the temple grounds, and I can't really describe it, but witnessing how different cultures exercise their rituals is very interesting to me. And speaking of different cultures, I drew a Omikuji oracle in the form of a waka poem. They are traditional Japanese poems of 31 syllables in the pattern 5-7-5-7-7. The oracle cost 100 yen, and the box is located on the shrine grounds. Emperor Meiji and Empress Shuken both composed a large amount of waka, around 130,000 combined, and they were all about their feelings towards their people, country, and the world. Since our original plan was to spend the day in Harajuku, that is exactly what we did after visiting the shrine. And then it was time to get back to the hotel, pack our bags, and get ready to travel to Kyoto the next day. In the next episode,
We just arrived in Kyoto.